A very good evening. You're watching The Big Bang with me, Akshita. And first up, every year numerous foreign students come to India to pursue their higher studies. And for that reason, many came to Bengaluru this year too. But unfortunately for them, Namma City is not an option, at least not for now. Here's a report.
We want justice! We want justice! We want justice!
They were armed with placards. They were shouting slogans. This was a scene on Palace Cross Road this morning. Dozens of foreign students were staging a protest today in an attempt to get the attention of Bangalore University and the central government. But why? Every year, hundreds of students apply to colleges in Bengaluru. This year is no different. 969 students from across the globe who had applied to colleges in Bengaluru were told that their admission was confirmed here. But after they arrived, they got a big shocker. They were asked to apply elsewhere. And that's why all these students from Uganda, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Nepal and Turkey, among other countries, walked through the streets of Bengaluru. They were demanding answers from the central government for misinformation and were supported by ABVP activists.
ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಿಂದ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಫಿಲಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ICCR ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಸುಮಾರು 969 ಜನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಕಳಿಸಿ ನೀವು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಫಿಲಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಯಾವಾಗ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದು ಅಥವಾ ಪುಣೆಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನಾದ್ರು ರೀಸನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ನಮಗೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದರೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು 969 ಜನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ? ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದೋಂಥ ಕಡಿವಾಣ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
The protesters walked up to the office of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations on Palace Cross Road, demanding answers. Dozens of students who were already going to colleges on the central government scholarship joined in the protest.
The purpose of coming together, we students, we want our sisters and brothers. There are 969 students who've applied for Bangladesh University to come here, but they are not letting them to come Bangalore. We don't know actually the real reason. Okay. So we even want to know the reason and why they don't. So there might be something wrong about being a foreign students in Bangalore. So we want to know the reason of that and why they don't let them to come back here. We will give them 3 days time to this ICCR to solve this problem and tell us the reason for that.
When asked about it, a senior official of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations in Bengaluru said that numerous irregularities regarding Bangalore University's fee structure have surfaced.
See, I don't know because I have not any official communication. Nothing is there.
Okay, what instruction have you got from that?
No, nothing, because we don't get any instruction. We will send this thing to ICCR Delhi and they will do the things. Okay. ICCR Bangalore office will not even, no regional office will do that. This is the responsibility of the Delhi office.
Bengaluru is often called a melting pot of cultures because the city's expanding IT sector shelters lakhs of people from across the country. Not just that, numerous students from foreign countries too come here to study on the scholarships offered by the central government. And now, these students are definitely not happy about being asked to apply elsewhere when many have already planned to study further in Bengaluru. Amrita Patil, News9, Bengaluru.
Well, time and again we have seen how alcohol and a simple argument can turn deadly. Once again, a drunken brawl has gone on to claim a life. Here's a report.
This man posing for a picture beside actor Sudeep is Keshavamurthy. Sadly, Keshavamurthy will not witness such cheerful times anymore. In a dark turn of events, Keshavamurthy was brutally murdered by an acquaintance, Somashekar. It was a mere quarrel that led to the murder. It began last night when the two decided to grab a drink at a local bar on the Lingarajapuram main road. The topic of discussion was the money Keshav had borrowed from Somashekar. The argument turned physical in no time. Soon the staff at the bar sent the two out and informed the cops.
They were having a drink, they had a quarrel also, picked up a quarrel also. So the people around there, other people, known people also, they tried to separate them, and meanwhile some had informed the police also that this quarrel is happening. So our patrol vehicle Cheetah was sent there to the spot also. After some time, we had come to know that near Jyoti School, Hennur, this fellow, this Keshav, was assaulted by Somashekar with a dagger. He was killed on the spot only. So as of now, we are looking out for Somashekar now.
The police are now on the lookout for Somashekar and are confident that they will crack the case at the earliest.
ಮುಂಚೆಯಿಂದ ಊರವನೇ ಅವನು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆಯಿ ಬಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವನ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಏನೇನು ನಿನ್ನೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಬಂದು ಟೀ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಹತ್ರ ಬಾ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಹೊಡೆಯೋಣ ನಾಳೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಬರ್ತಡೇ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಬಾ ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೈಟ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಕುಡಿಸಿ ಅವನ್ನ ಯಾರೋ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಓಡಿಸಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
Another interesting fact is that the deceased Keshav was earlier involved in a murder of a 23-year-old. He escaped the clutches of the law as he was a minor back then. But in a dark twist of fate, he himself has now been murdered.
Drunken brawls can have dire consequences, and bearing witness to that was a shocking incident that took place here at the Nehru Junction in Kachaknalli, where last night two men, Keshav and Somashekar, who had a drink in a bar about 100 meters from this place, had a fight. While they were having a drink, went home, came back with lethal weapons, came back to this junction here and started having a fight. That's when Somashekar assaulted Keshav with a knife, and if you could notice here, there is still the remains of blood. Even now the police have covered up the blood stains with mud. There are particular marks where you could still see some blood stains. So quite a gory scene right here witnessed at about 11 o'clock. The police, however, are on the lookout for Somashekar right now and are hopeful that they will nab him as soon as possible. They are also waiting for more eyewitnesses to give them exact details of what's happening. So we will have to wait and watch by when the police will actually manage nabbing this particular murderer. With camera person Muturaj, this is Deepak Bopana for News 9.
And well, the Bengaluru police have become way more vigilant to eve-teasing following the recent protests against atrocities against women in the city. They have also become more responsive to victims who come forth with complaints. In the last 4 days, a case against 459 people has been registered under Section 60 of the Karnataka Police Act. The Bengaluru West Zone Police have registered 77 of these cases. 73 cases have been registered in the North Zone, 65 cases in South and 41 in Southwest, while it is 75 cases being reported in Northeast Zone. And in an effort to curb increasing crime against women, the Bengaluru police have stated that they are intending to install CCTV cameras in the areas frequented by women and students.
ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ನಾನು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟಿವ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಒತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು ಇಂಥ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಟೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳನ್ನ ಚುಡಾಯಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಡಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆ ನಿಯರ್ ಬೈ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಚುಡಾಯಿಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಂಥವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಆವಾಗ ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾದ ಕೆಲವು ದುರ್ಘಟನೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ನಿವಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ನಮ್ಮದು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮೊನ್ನೆಯಿಂದ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು ವಾರದವರೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಯಾನ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಸುಮಾರು 500 ಜನ KP ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಪೆಟಿ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಏನಾದರೂ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಅಫೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ರೌಡಿ ಶೀಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್, ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಏನಿವೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಸಹಕಾರದಿಂದನೇ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದಷ್ಟು ಹೊರಗೆ ಭಾಗದ ಕವರ್ ಆಗೋಂಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಮೆರಾಗಳು ಹಾಕಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ.
Well, proactive measures being taken up by the police. They're seeing the kind of protests we've been looking at across the city, the kind of anger that has been risen by, in fact, the people of Bengaluru. It looks like the police are ensuring that they take the necessary steps to curb atrocities against women, to curb crimes against women. Also, a very, very important step that we need to take stock of is the fact that the police will be installing CCTV cameras right outside girls' colleges in fact, compliance lines with the girls' colleges themselves. They do understand at this point that most of the eve teasing cases come to light right outside these colleges, and keeping that in mind, the police are ensuring that they do have CCTV surveillance as backup. They will regularly check the same as well for any incidents of eve teasing. Already they're ensuring that if any woman approaches them with a complaint, the first thing they do is go ahead and register an FIR, and whoever is responsible is taken in. And well, going by the increase in crimes, it's about time we take some concrete steps to be more prepared and cautious. Helping us in the endeavour is a security app called Savdhan. Here's how it works.
The best way to minimize your chances of becoming a victim of violent crimes is to identify and call on resources to help you out of dangerous situations. This app, called Savdhan, does just that. It puts those resources at your fingertips with just a click. The app is set to track the location of the person in danger, and that too real time. A person who downloads the app can invite 10 people and attach their numbers as emergency contacts. When the emergency button is pressed, all the 10 contacts will be alerted via message as well as an email with a link of the exact location of the person in danger, therefore making it easier for the victim to be located as soon as possible.
The Savdhan app has been built on the Android smartphone environment. This is the first app in the market which has got the user manual in the multiple languages. So once you enter the person's name whom you want to be in the emergency contact, both of you will be able to see each other's position in any given point of time. For example, the person pressed a panic at this X place, and then from there this contact moved from there to the different place. Your contacts will be able to see your movements in the real time, as well as the person who pressed the panic, he'll be able to see from which direction help is arriving to him.
This panic button will also be useful in the case of elderly people. They can punch the panic button in the time of emergency and intimate close ones to come to their rescue. Panic button can be punched through the app or even by pressing the power button of your phone 5 times.
This application can be used for the schools, like you can give it to the cab drivers or the school bus drivers. The parent of the child who travels in a bus, he can use this app and see whereabout of their children, where is the bus, why it is delayed. So all that can be on your fingertip. There is no delay at all because it's a real time. It gives you the real time GPS location. For example, if you want to go somewhere as an event, friends wants to have the event, you can create a group and ask them to use the Savdhan app. Have the app mobile on your hand and see from which direction which person is reaching. Either have they reached to the venue or no.
Whether you're in immediate trouble or get separated from friends during a night out and don't know how to get home, having this app on your phone can reduce your risk and bring assistance when you need it. A must-have app indeed. Nabila for News 9.